Hello. After so many days, we have been meeting again. Extremely sorry, I could not conduct sessions for last more than 2 weeks. Am I audible? Thank you. Thank you very much. So immediately we will start. I hope you are accessing contents on the Udemy, both of you. I have observed you have accessed almost 10% of the course, both of you. I observed regularly. That is a good habit if you are accessing contents on the Udemy simultaneously along with our live lectures. We are into the second chapter. Um, I think uh, don't need to revise what I have taught in this chapter, that is the decision control structure. But let me take uh, a review in brief because we haven't met for almost 2 weeks. So in the first chapter, whichever programs you have written, those programs are part of sequential control structure, wherein each statement of the program is executed. Right? Each statement, whatever you write inside the main function, each statement of the program is executed. Now, in the first chapter itself, I told you that there are in all 4 control structures in C. So first is sequential control structure in which each statement of the program is executed. Second is decision control structure where we will take decisions, right? And to take the decision, there are few syntaxes which we have seen in this chapter. So first is what we have seen, the if followed by the condition, right? Then there was the if else. We have also seen the nesting of if else, if you can recall. Relational operators we have seen which those operators are used, logical operators and ternary operators. To the best of my knowledge and belief, the last session I conducted on logical operators. I hope you have not forgotten that everything, but I will take a brief review of that. So in case of if, it is the keyword, if is the keyword, and syntax is if followed by the condition. Whatever you want to execute, if particular condition is satisfied, that we write inside if block. So condition can be either true or false, right? When condition is true, the value of the expression is 1. When the condition is false, the value of expression is 0. So how to test the condition? First of all, we need operators, and C language, Dennis Ritchie has provided 6 relational operators. We call them as a relational operator to establish the relation between 2 operands, right? So all these are binary operators because we want to establish relation between 2. So it could be a one number is greater than another number, or less than another number, or greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. Equal to is a comparison operator, that is a double equal to sign, and single equal to sign is assignment operator. Should not forget that. And not equal to. So these 6 operators are enough to test condition of any type, right? We have seen this program, okay, flowchart. We have seen this. Uh, When you go to the engineering, as a part of your journal, as a part of your subject, as a part of your program, you need to draw the flow chart. And this is the typical flow chart. Uh, the decision is usually mm, represented using the diamond box, right? And parallelogram is used for input and output, right? So we have discussed this. Then there was if else. Sometimes we need to check uh, condition exclusively. Now, in case of if, we do not say what if condition is false, but we always say that what if condition is true. Here it is, the case is a bit different. We tell explicitly to the computer what is to be done if condition is true and what is to be done if condition is false. So control goes to else part only when condition is false. And when condition is true, if block will be executed and the else part will be omitted or ignored by the control flow, right? So this program also we have seen. Okay, then to check multiple conditions at a time, because we have seen that um, if you can recall that program of marks and grade obtained by the student. So we did nesting of one if else insert another else or another if, kind of that. And there the program may become complex while writing. So Denis Ritchie has given these additional three operators, what we call them as a logical operators. Two of them are binary operators, and last one is a unary operator. Hmm. Let's see how these work. Logical AND operator. So if condition 1 is true and condition is 2 is true, so when both conditions are true, the final condition will be true. In all other cases, like condition 1 is true, condition 2 is false, condition 1 is false, condition 2 is true, or both are false, the final condition will be false. So depending upon the nature of the program, we decide whether we will go for the logical AND or logical OR. The logical OR operator, the final condition will be true when either of the condition is true, right? So one condition, first condition is true, the final condition will be true. Second condition is true, final condition will be true. Both true, there is no question, final condition will be true. So when both conditions are false, then and then only the final condition result will be false. So likewise, logical and you have to recognize where to go for the logical or operator. We will use this operator ahead in the curriculum everywhere. So not necessary you should understand all concepts. I mean, in this chapter only, because we are just trying to learn control structures, but its implementation will take place throughout the course, right? So after fifth chapter, we will be using decision control structure, loop control structure, switch case control structure, sequential, everything we will be using. All these concepts we will be using till end of the syllabus, right? And logical not, it turns truth into false and false into truth. This is unary operator. Huh? Now we were here. If I can remember, if I can recall, that ternary operators are basically a trademark of C language. These are there in C++ as well as Java, but mm, this is basically an operator which where you need two operands, right? So it is a combination of two, because but it is a single operator. Ternary operator is a single operator, but it is a combination of two operators. So question mark and colon. So what is the syntax? So expression 1. If expression 1 is true, then execute expression 2, right? And if expression 1 is false, execute expression 3. And you can see that question mark and colon is written. So obviously, why it is called ternary operator? Only because it needs three operands. Expression 1 is one over first operand, expression 2 is second operand, and expression 3 is third operand. So ternary operator is used in pair always. Hmm? We will directly write single program so that you understand how ternary operator is useful. Hmm? So I will write a program and you can ask me questions at the end. Suppose we want to find largest number between two integers. So obviously I will declare two variables like x and y. I will declare one more variable as max, right, or largest, right. I will take the input from the user. %d is format specifier for taking the input, taking the integer input. To the scanf function, you always send address of a variable in which you want to store the number. So first number will be stored in at the address of x, and second number will be stored at the address of y. So when we want to find largest between two, obviously we write if x is greater than y, right? You can write here printf %d is largest. You will write here x, and you will say else printf %d is largest and y. This is how we have written the uh, if control structure, right? See if I run the code. Largest is not there, right? Variable is not required. That's why it gave warning. See, compiler gives you warning when, or basically IDE gives you warning if you have declared a variable and not used that. So here what happens? I declared a variable, but we didn't use that. That's why it gave you warning. Okay. As a good programmer, you should be able to understand the meaning of warning as well as error. That is very important. Many students ignore warning because it is warning, right? I mean, you can compile the program, you can execute the program, and that's why many students ignore warning. But one should not ignore warning. It is like no wear helmet or these days wear mask. These are warning, right? And we should not ignore them. So it is giving message as unused variable largest. So it is actually giving you warning. You are not using that, right? So I comment this. Okay, it's a single line comment slash slash a pair of forward slash. It is single line comment. When I use the comment, obviously this statement will be ignored by the compiler for converting the source code into machine code, right? That is a comment. So I commented this, and here now you are getting 0 error and 0 warning, right? So if I run this code now, it is asking for user input. So enter, I will enter some number 6 and 5, and it is giving output as 6 is largest. Okay. Now, can we make this code extremely compact? Yes, we can make this code when mutually exclusive conditions are there, and when code is small, we can use the ternary operator. So let's see how we can use. I will declare this largest as a variable, right? And I will use the ternary operator. Just try to recall the syntax of that. Expression 1, question mark, expression 2, colon, expression 3, right? That is the ternary operator. So I can write x is greater than y, right? Question mark. What is to be done here? And colon y. But what is to be done along with x? That you need to tell to the compiler, because this syntax is correct. If x is greater than y, that is expression 1, execute this, else execute this. But what do you mean by telling compiler execute x? We are not telling anything. Okay. So what I will do, I will assign this value of the expression to the this thing. So this is a ternary expression, ternary operator. So what I am telling to the compiler, if x is greater than y, execute this statement. What is the meaning of execution of this statement now? Assign this x will be assigned to largest, the variable largest on the left hand side. If x is not greater than y, that means y is greater than x. Okay. If this condition is false, when this condition will be false, when x is less than y, right? Execute this statement. Why? So y will be assigned to largest, right? So that 3 or 4 or 5 lines of code will be converted into single code, single line, right? Now I can write print percent %d is largest, right? And I will say right here largest as the name of the variable. So if I now compile this and run this program and enter 55 and 96, it will bring 96 is largest, right? So very useful operator. Ternary operator is very useful, very compact operator, used many times by C programmers or C++ programmers, or even Java, even Python has got ternary operator. Its nature is a bit different, but it has got as well, right? So power of C language is that almost all features of C language were copied or inherited as it is by C++ or a Java or all recent programming languages. Now this is one version of this, right? I will write another version of this. Let's see how we can make it. We can write in a different way. So you should be aware about that, right? I will copy this. Right? I will make a small change here. I am showing you variants of this. Is that we need to know when I teach you syntax, how many different ways program can be written. So now we are because see we learn C language only because we tell each statement how you want to be executed to the computer. That is the power of C. You have got a control, complete control on in your hand. That's why C is powerful, or C is as a first programming language. One should always learn. Students these days ignore this. They try to learn directly Java or JavaScript or even Python or a PHP or web designing like that. But their concepts remain no raw always, only because they do not know the basics of any programming language. That is why one should master C programming language. So again, what is the syntax? The syntax was expression one. If expression one is true, execute expression two, right? Else expression three. This is how the syntax is, right? We are trying to do the same thing. If x is greater than y, instead of assigning this x to largest variable, I will write the printf statement here directly. So printf percent %d is largest. I'll write here x, right? I'll write here printf percent %d is largest. I'll write here. So whether it is valid, yes, perfectly valid. What is wrong in that? We are following the syntax. If expression one is true, if x is greater than y, execute this statement. Else execute this statement. That's all. So we are following all rules put forth by the ternary operator. This is the ternary operator in pair question mark and colon. Okay. So it will be executed. Got? So is largest. This is the second version of this thing. Let's see how we can now crunch it more. Huh? At least what is the benefit here? The third variable which we have declared in the earlier example, that is eliminated. So you can know only two variables are sufficient because we have not stored that value anywhere. We have directly printed the largest between two numbers, right? Now, third, let's see where again it can be further crunched or made compact. This it can be made. Right? Here again I will remove this, not necessary. This is the type declaration if you can recall. This is input output statements and this is a relational statement, right? Using ternary operator. But now what I will do, observe carefully. I will write single printf statement. Percent %d is largest, right? And as a part of argument, I will write the whole expression using ternary operator, right? As a part of argument. So I will write if x is greater than y, question mark, x colon y. That's it. So see the power of C language. Okay? Within single statement, you have done everything. So how does this statement execute? When control reaches here, okay, it goes to the first argument. Whatever written before the first comma will be first argument, right? This is the second argument, right? So this will be executed. When it starts printing this statement on the monitor, it comes across %d. I have told you that %d is a format specifier. So it goes at the other end, next argument. So it goes here, right? It goes here. When control goes here, it finds that there is an expression. Okay. So it tries to solve that expression. So it will solve first this x is greater than y. Okay. If it is true, then it will go to the second part of expression. If it is false, it will go to this part of the expression. That is the third part of the expression, right? Now, if x is greater than y, that is suppose x is 10 and y is 5. Whether 10 is greater than 5? Yes, true. Condition is true. Value of the expression is 1, right? I mean, value of this expression is 1 because condition is true. It goes at the executing expression 2 here, this part. Now, this part is only single x. So, contents of that x will be printed here. That's it. So, in a single statement, you can solve this program. So, if I write 5 and 1, 5 is largest, right? So, as simple as it is. So, this is the power of uh, ternary operators in C language, right? So, as far as this chapter is concerned, the chapter is over, right? Now, mm, I can go to the next chapter, but before that, if you have got any questions related with the first chapter or second chapter, please ask me. Okay, I will give you mic. Please ask me. Anurag, I have given you mic.
Hello. Yes, sir. Sir, no doubts till now.
Okay. Uh, how much we have? Did you get some time for revision?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Or anything you have forgotten completely?
Uh, Sir, once if you explain a nesting again, then just a
Yes.
short review.
Okay, nesting, I should explain again.
And not exclamation mark. It's not.
Exclamation, okay. Exclamation mark, okay. Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, I will teach you again nesting of if else and as well as exclamation mark, right? That is a logical not. You should not use the exclamation mark. Exclamation mark is not the proper word of a operator. It is a logical not operator, right? This ternary operator is also called as conditional operator, right? You should know that. So now we will write a couple of programs for the not operator, right? Nesting of if-else. Which program I can take for nesting of if-else? Suppose there is a program to find largest number on three integers, right? To find largest number among three integers. Three numbers are there. We are supposed to find the largest, right? So I will declare variable as int x, y, and z. Suppose, right? I will write printf enter number st. We call it as a, what do we call it as a escape sequence. Okay, you should not forget all these things. Slash n is escape sequence. Slash t is escape sequence for one tab space. Slash n is escape sequence for taking cursor to the next line, right? Other few sequence I mean are there. I will show you that, right? So printf and for cd, nothing is to be written apart from format specifier. This is called, we call it as a format specifier. Nothing is to be written apart from format specifier in the scanf function, in the call to scanf function. Okay, you should not leave also space. Ampersand x so we are taking three integers, right? So basically how this program can be solved. First of all, three numbers are there, right? So if you try to uh, draw the flowchart, suppose it can be, flowchart will be like this, right? Suppose input x, y, and z. Right? Three numbers have to be taken as the input, right? First of all, we need to test the condition. So that will be next step. Right? Now how we do that? Whether x is greater than y. First of all, so whether x is greater than y. This is how we test this to start with, right? Now, if x is greater than y, we have to check whether x is greater than z, right? If x is greater than y, you have to check whether x is greater than z, right? If x is greater than z, then obviously x is largest, right? Because x is greater than y as well as x is greater than z, right? If z is greater than x, if I mean this condition is false, suppose, okay, here we can write z is largest, right? So you can write here y and n, right? Similarly, here it is y, because control will come here when this condition is true. What if this condition is false? The same will be here, right? Because control will go to the other part. If x is not greater than y, that means x is less than y. So when condition is false, the control will come here. Here you have to check whether y is greater than z, right? In that case, y will be largest. Or this is same, z is largest. So this is how flowchart will can be drawn, right? Now this flowchart helps you. This flowchart helps you to design your code, to write the code, right? Obviously, there is one condition, and if this condition is true, this condition is written, and if this condition is false, again this condition is there. So you can now judge that yes, there is a need of nesting of conditions, because uh, as soon as this condition is true, we cannot declare x is largest or y is largest or z is largest. You have to check one more condition here. In other cases, again you have to check one more condition. So accordingly, we can write that, right? So how we can write whatever we have drawn that flowchart. I will write same. I am writing here in terms of syntax. If x is greater than y, right? What is to be done? When condition is true, what is to be done? If nesting x is greater than z, right? What is to be done here? Enter or saying d is largest, right? Right here, x. Now, when x is not greater than z, if you can recall, x is not greater than z. When this condition is false, what is to be done here? Z is largest. So we write here else part of this. This is else part. This is if part. This is else part. This is if part. This is else part. Right? Now we are on this side. We are writing this side. If condition is x is greater than y. Right? I will write printf percent d is largest. And you can write here y. No, sorry, z. Right? Now suppose x is not greater than y. I mean this condition is false. So we need to write this part now, else part, right? So I'll write else. Here many students write condition like this, right? Else doesn't take any condition. Okay? Only if take conditions. Else, if. What is that? Y is greater than z. If y is greater than z, printf percent d is largest. Double it here, y. Else, printf percent d is largest. Right here. That's it. Whatever you have put in the form of flowchart, we have put it in the syntactical way, using C language syntax of if-else control structure, rather nested if-else control structure. So this if-else is nested inside this if, and this if-else is nested inside this else, right? If I write enter number, it is largest, right? Right? So it works for anything. This is how the code works. Right? This is a nested if else. And one more I want to show you is that how logical not operator. There is not a perfect example to show you how logical not operator can be used, but definitely we are going to use it in the future. Okay, because that is a concept. Okay, not a, I mean it cannot be shown by taking some example. Right, but that is a magical operator and we need that desperately many times, but I will show you. Okay, try to show you, right? If I suppose some number, the program is meaningless, doesn't have at all any logic. I want to just show you how it works. In the future, yes, we are going to use it. I mean, many a times you cannot go ahead without using logical not operator, right? Suppose the program is like this. Okay? Uh, whether number is 0 or non-zero. That's it. For this, to determine whether number entered is 0 or non-zero. That's it. Right? So in that case, what we will do? If num is equal to 0, right? Number entered is 0, right? Non-zero. Right? Simple program. So if I run this, let 56, number entered is non-zero. Right? If I enter 0, number entered is 0. Now, suppose now professional programmers or even seasoned programmers or even those who have learned C language. I mean, this kind of logic or this kind of syntax you are going to write at the as we go ahead. Okay, we will implement that and you will come to know that, right? So if I write like this, if num, right? If num. Now enter number. Number entered is 0. Right? Is that correct? No, it is not correct. But it is working. Okay. Now, first of all, whether it is condition, yes, it is condition. There is no relational operator, but not. It is not necessary that relational operator only has to be used, because what I told you during explanation of if control structure, that condition can have a condition can have two values, either true or false. At the same time, I told you that when condition is true, value is 1. When condition is false, value is 0. When a condition is true, value is 1 or non-zero, you can say. Now what happens, since no relational operator is here, first of all, this acts as an expression, as a condition. Now what is num? If I enter, suppose here, enter here, if I enter, suppose here, 55, right? 55 is entered. If num, what is num here? 55. So internally, this expression is like this. If 55, right? So what is 55? 55 is non-zero. What is non-zero? It is true. So this condition becomes true. So this is executed, right? That's why when I enter 55, condition becomes true and it gives you number entered is 0. So you have got two ways. First of all, write this printf statement here and this printf statement here. This is one way, right? This is one way. Other way is put here logical not operator. Now execute this program. It will execute the way you want. Enter number 55. Number entered is non-zero. Entered 0. Number entered is 0. Right? So what does it do? When you enter 55 here, right? Condition is true. Okay. Condition is true. Convert this condition into false because logical not operator not true. That means false. So the whole condition is false. So control goes here and it means number entered is non-zero. Now when you entered 0, num contains 0. Not 0, 0 means false. Not false means true, right? So this condition whole will be true and this will be executed. That is the magic. That is the beauty of logical not operator. You will need this. You are going to use it. And it is really helpful. It is really useful operator or a control structure while writing programs in C language many a times. And you will automatically recognize you need that operator. You will automatically recognize that, right? So I hope you have understood how the logical operator works. So suppose I write here not num. So it will work as a like this if num. Same fashion it will work. Enter number 5. Number entered is 0. Why? Because this is 5. That means true. Not true means false. Not false means true again. Right? Attach one more. It will work now correctly. Right? 6. Number entered is non-zero. Right? So I hope you have understood this. I will share all these programs along with you. Okay. At the same time, I will say share recorded session along with you. Go through these course. In the evening, I will send you assignments, right, on this chapter. I don't know whether you have tried all assignments in the first chapter. I am going to ask you a couple of times. Then I will call your mother, right? So you have to solve those programs, right? You have to. At least you have to attempt. If you just listen to my sessions, that is not going to help. You have to solve this program so that you will come along with the questions. And when you ask questions, then only you will learn more. Right? So have you understood? Anurag, I given you mic.
Yes, sir.
Have you understood, Anurag?
Yes, sir. We understood.
Okay. So I will send assignments to both of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, no problem.
Right?
Yes,
Try
yes, sir.
and solve all assignments. If you have got any queries, just message me.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
sir.
You need to solve assignments. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tomorrow we will meet at 3 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
And suppose if any day 3 o'clock session is not possible,
Hmm.
then can I take in the evening?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
At what time?
Your time, sir.
Whenever
Okay. Somewhere around 7 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Take care.
Bye.
Same to you.
Same to you, sir.